So, about that Super Bowl, am I right? Go sports. Alright, so if you know me at all, you know I don't really care about sports. I don't really care about football, and I definitely don't care about big parties where people talk about sports and football. However, the Super Bowl still has one thing that I'm really into. Really funny commercials and amazing movie trailers, and this year was no exception. Sure, we got our Star Wars, and we got our Mission Impossibles, and we got our Avengers, you know, all the mainstays, all the heavy hitters were there. And then there was this other one. It was a really cool sci-fi cast. It looked really claustrophobic. It looked really spooky. And before I knew it, it was a Cloverfield movie. And before I knew that, it was on Netflix waiting for me right now. That's awesome. This movie is about a bunch of astronauts, and they're on this space station, and they're doing experiments. And everyone down on Earth is really worried about these experiments. They don't really know how they're gonna go. It could turn out really catastrophically, or it could save the world. And to avoid spoilers, this is a movie, so things happen. This really plays against some of my favorite sci-fi horror movies like Alien or The Thing or 2001, where it's just a small group of people in a claustrophobic space, and they're just they're screwed.
Whatever you're doing, stop.
Sci-fi horror is a big favorite of mine. I love sci-fi horror. I even love bad sci-fi horror. Remind me to do a video on Life Force someday.
Life Force.
I feel like even the bad sci-fi horror movies have become iconic at this point, like Event Horizon, or even Life that came out last year. It's really hard to do something new in this genre, and that seems to be the main problem with the Cloverfield paradox. It's not very new. Sure, the marketing is completely new. It's completely different. Here's a movie, check it out, but when you watch it, you know, it's okay. This movie is basically the equivalent of sitting down at a sushi restaurant with a slice of pizza. That might be the best pizza in the whole world, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. The more I was watching this movie, the deeper I got into it, I started looking for a point, and it never really came. Look, the movie's nicely directed, solidly acted, and beautifully shot, but at the same time, it's pretty generic, and it's edited like crap, and the ending really disappointed me. But hell, it's on Netflix. It's available right now, so you can just watch it. That alone is pretty darn cool. I'm having trouble trying to figure out what the Cloverfield universe is trying to be. You know, is it trying to do a bunch of anthology stories like Twilight Zone and just tell a bunch of weird, cool, very loosely connected stories? Or is it just a giant scheme from J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot to buy little movies and then call them Cloverfield movies and just make series and universes this even bigger thing and just swallow up little movies even more? Or is it all a ploy to get people to see little movies by pretending that they're big movies? I don't know.
Possible earthquake near the Statue of Liberty.
Whatever it is, whatever it's trying to be, whatever the series is trying to be, this is an episode you can probably skip. Did you see the Cloverfield paradox? What did you think? Comment down below. And while you're giving that comment, there's a like and a subscription button right there. Go ahead and check those out too. Maybe somewhere down the line, we have this giant Avengers crossover type thing, and they bring them all together. You know, you've got the Cloverfield monster, and you've got John Goodman, and you've got a space station, all teaming up. What would that movie even look like?